Hey everybody, it's George Whittam reporting for Whittam's World. Happy holidays from me and everybody at Edge Studio. It's the day after Christmas and, well, like many of you voice actors, you're probably working today because in the world of the creative arts, you never really get truly a day off, do you? Even though it's the observed Christmas holiday, a lot of you are probably still working. But I wanted to share something with you that I got, a little bit of loot from the holidays that I got that I thought might be pretty nifty for you guys to look and see and try out. And I'm going to bring this thing with me on the road, and that is this cool professional, as it's called, recording the MV professional support, and whatever this says in Chinese. Anyway, check this thing out. This is a dual gooseneck desktop clamp, phone and microphone shock mount with pop screen combination device. How cool is that thing? Hey, Amy. Amy Fisher is here watching me live. Good to see you. This thing is kind of nifty. Now, I've seen a lot of things come from China. A lot of these things are available readily online. On Amazon you can find this particular product. The SKU number on the back of the box is X00164OGR3. I believe that would, if you type that in, you might be able to find it. But this is a pretty nifty gadget, and I've got it rigged up on my desk right here in front of me. So it clamps onto the desk, provides a clamp for you to mount your phone in, and if you have a small enough tablet like an iPad mini, it might just be able to squeeze in there, but it definitely can hold a pretty big phone. Right now I have an old iPhone 5 in here, which is pretty tiny, but I've got bigger devices like the phone I'm using right now to come to you with Facebook Live. It's an LG V20, and it fits inside this grip absolutely no problem whatsoever. So you can clamp your phone inside this thing, and then you've got the microphone mount, which I think is pretty cool. I mean, think about how portable a system you can put together with these two pieces. Fold this gooseneck up in you can curl it up kind of small and shove it in your bag. I'm going to be doing this. On Wednesday, I'm going out of town for a week. I'm going to be doing voiceover body shop from Colorado, and I'm going to be using this rig to help me mount my microphone and hold my phone to keep my show notes and stuff on. So I'll be putting this thing to use in a real world situation. So if we get a little bit more detailed look at the actual mount itself, let me tilt down a little bit. As you can see, it's got a proper shock mount, and it's got a pop screen, and it looks like it's a dual layer pop screen. It's got 2 layers of fabric on there. It seems like your typical run-of-the-mill nylon stocking style pop filter. Nothing all that fancy. Now, one little detail I will add is that out of the box, it didn't hold my microphone very well. I have an Audio-Technica AT875R that you guys have seen me demo before, and it's very similar in dimension to a Sennheiser 416 shotgun mic. And those are the style of mics that this shock mount is going to work well with. It may not work very well with other types of mics, but your mileage may vary. You might have to experiment. But what I found was that out of the box, let me take this off so I can show you. Out of the box, it had 2 pieces of elastic pre-installed, a crisscross pattern like that. Okay, that's what it looked like out of the box. Now, that looked pretty good, except it didn't really hold the mic very firmly. It kind of lays in there and flops around. It doesn't really grab the microphone. And I monkeyed around with it for a while, and I just couldn't figure out a way to configure these little rubber bands to hold the mic firmly. But it did come with 2 additional elastics. These 2 additional elastics turned out to be the key. So if you hook that from the bottom, there's a little extra little lip right here. If you hook it from the bottom up over the top to one of the threaded posts where the pop screen mounts, you get this additional narrower rubber band down the center. And you can do the same exact thing on the back. It's very simple to do. And now, with those two extra elastics in place, it holds my AT875R nice and firmly. It holds it beautifully now. It feels like it's not going to fall out at all. There's still a little bit of slop in it, but it works. It just works. Then you slide on your pop screen, like so. Turn this around so you can see. Into the threaded posts. Now I've had another shock mount that was just like this, shock mount with pop screen. So they took that same idea, that concept, and added the whole gooseneck, tabletop, and microphone or cell phone mount. And I think it's a pretty cool combination, I gotta say. Now, those who are really paying attention are probably looking at this and going, wait, that's an iPhone, and that's a MicPort Pro. I didn't know you could connect those two together. Well, yeah, that's actually true. You can't connect this into an iPhone and have it work directly. The iPhone doesn't supply enough power to power a MicPort Pro. I just hooked that up because I happen to have these bits and pieces around, and it's a good mock-up to show what could be done with the right combination of equipment. So you're probably wondering what would work, what interface does work with an iPhone or an Android phone. Well, actually, with a newer Android phone, with using what they call their USB on-the-go adapter, you can actually plug in many different USB audio devices. As long as they are USB class compliant, in other words, they're basically plug-and-play devices that don't require drivers, like the MicPort Pro, it will work on an Android device without any additional bells and whistles. On an iPad, however, or an iPhone, you need more power. And so you'd have to hook up a battery in line to get enough juice going to the device to work. A battery may be kind of like this. This is a USB power pack. Now, the next question is, how do you power this and have it plug into the phone at the same time? Well, if you're lucky enough, some of these battery packs, the USB connections are fully intact between the two ports. So what happens is it actually passes power in one and out the other, and you get a complete connection in both directions with this thing. This one doesn't do it. I don't know how many batteries out there can do that. But the other workaround is to use a USB powered or a USB hub. So if you have a USB hub, let's see if we can try this real quick. If you have a USB hub, you can try this experiment. Plug a standard USB hub like this one into the power pack like that. Now the power pack is powering the USB hub, so this is actually outputting voltage or power. So now you should be able to take a standard iPhone Lightning cable, plug it into the power pack, and that would then power the iPhone, which is good. But then you plug a standard USB cable into the hub, which would power the microphone. That's my theory. Now, when I plugged that in, as soon as I did, the back of this device lit up, saying that it's got 48 volts of phantom power. Saying the 48 volt phantom power lit right away. Now, I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. Normally you have to press the button to turn that on. But what I don't see lighting up is the white ring around the MicPort Pro, which is what tells you it's communicating with a device. Well, that's because there's no device plugged in right now. I don't have a phone or any other device plugged into the unit to provide power. So let's try a little insane experiment, shall we? Well, let's see what happens. I'm going to unplug my phone USB cable, the one that I'm talking to you on right now, and I'm going to plug that into the hub. So now the hub is being powered by the battery. The battery is charging my phone. I see right now the phone is being charged by the USB cord it's plugged into it. But the MicPort Pro, as you can see, still shows no sign of life. And I believe that's because it has to know there's some software running on your phone that it can talk to. It doesn't just natively plug and play and work. You have to be using a USB audio recording program that can detect this device. There are newer audio devices, however, that are plug and play with Android. One of them for sure that I know works is the IK Multimedia Studio mic. I think it's called the iRig Studio microphone. I tested it in my USB mic shootout, and that mic is indeed plug and play with an Android phone or an iPhone like this. And that mic is actually small enough that you could fit it into this shock mount. Now this shock mount, the microphone would stick up, so the pop screen wouldn't be appropriate. It wouldn't actually work with a side address microphone. So this kind of a rig really only works seamlessly and cleanly with a front address stick stick microphone, a shotgun mic or a short shotgun mic or anything with a short barrel. It's going to work well with that. So it's a niche product, but you know, for those who are road warriors that want to have the least amount of stuff possible, they can throw in their bag and take with them. This thing could work pretty well. If you're wondering what kind of threaded mount they gave you for the microphone to screw onto, well, this threaded mount right here that the shock mount screws onto is the sort of, I believe, like the European standard for a microphone thread. I believe they call it a 3/8 thread. So let's see real quick if one of these adapters that comes with almost every microphone on the planet threads onto this. If it does, that'd be pretty sweet. Oof, so close. So close, but no cigar. This must be a metric threaded connection. And this is an English or imperial 3/8 inch to 5/8 inch thread adapter. So this threaded connection on this is a proprietary metric size that works only with this shock mount. So that's maybe that's a strike against it right there. But if you look this thing up on Amazon, look for microphone, the MV professional support, also called the 360-degree no dead angle adjustment mic mount, and the part number on the back of the box is X00164OGR3. If you look for that thing, give it a shot and let me know if you guys make use of it and if it works for you. Hey Dan, happy holidays to you, man. I love seeing the interactive messages from you guys on here. It's one thing that makes Facebook Live so fun. So there you have it, a cool gadget. Doesn't cost much. I think it's, if I recall, maybe under $30. And something cool you can throw in your travel kit. You may even find use for it at home in your own studio, possibly. So give it a shot. Anyway, this is George Whittam reporting for Whittam's World. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Let me tilt my camera back so I don't have to slouch to be on camera. I appreciate you guys tuning in for Whittam's World all year this year. I really appreciate your fandom and your questions. If you have questions for a future Whittam's World for 2017, yes, I'm definitely representing Antland Productions. Woohoo! My buddy Uncle Roy from Antland Productions. If you want to have a question answered on a future show or have an idea for a product review, send it in to whittamsworld@edgestudio.com. You can also write it right here on my Facebook wall. Leave comments. Let me know what you think of these little Facebook Live videos. I know they're not at the same production value of my typical Whittam's Worlds, but I do these to fill in when I don't have the time or the energy or whatnot to get a full-blown Whittam's World production out to you. But I will definitely be resuming them in January. The next big thing that's going to be happening is NAMM. It's already time for the big NAMM show, so I'll be out at NAMM show in Anaheim reporting on more cool gadgets for the home studio user and the professional recording engineer and voice actor. So Stay tuned for that. And also stay tuned for a review of this super amazing, awesome thing supplied to me by B&H for review, the RME Babyface Pro. Oh yeah, this thing is amazing. Absolutely amazing. So stay tuned for a review on that. I will be doing that sometime. Hopefully I'll get that one in before NAMM show takes over my life for a couple of weeks. Or at least the Whittam's World feed for a couple of weeks. George Whittam signing off. Happy New Year, everybody. See y'all in 2017. Good night.